Well, good evening, everyone. It is very nice to be back in the UK. And also looking around and wondering, how on earth did I get here? Have any of you today so far had that feeling, that pinch me moment where you just go, how am I here? It's fair to say, my life had changed rather significantly. I was now married, and I was now a mom.
Hello and a very warm welcome to the channel. As you guys may know that Meghan Markle gave a speech at the One Young World event in Manchester last night. In this video, I'm going to give a full report about what's been going on with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So, watch till the end to find out. Meghan and Prince Harry were met with loud cheers at the One Young World event in Manchester on Monday evening. The Duchess of Sussex, who is a counselor for the organization, was there to deliver a speech on gender equality at the event held in Bridgewater Hall. She looked stunning in a high-necked bright red jumpsuit while Prince Harry donned a dark suit. The couple held hands and smiled at the crowd as they made their way through the auditorium toward the stage. There was huge applause for Meghan Markle when she was called onto the stage shortly after 8 p.m. The founder described her as one of the most prominent voices in gender equality. She began her speech, saying it is very nice to be back in the UK. While speaking about her work for the organization, she asked, "How did I get here?" and referred to herself as the girl from Suits. She told the delegates, "You are the future. I would like to add to that, you are also the present, you are the ones driving the positive and necessary change needed across the globe now and in this moment." Speaking about her journey working with the organization, she said, "I was invited to pull up a seat at the table. I was so overwhelmed by this experience, I think I even saved my little paper place cars have had my name on it. Proof that I was there, and proof that I belonged. They saw in me just as I see in you, the present and the future." She ended her impassioned speech, saying, "Your time is now. The important work can't wait for tomorrow, as we embrace the moment now to create a better tomorrow." What a phony! Meghan Markle's keynote speech in Manchester draws mixed fan reaction. Meghan Markle's speech at the One Young World event in Manchester was met with loud cheers from the audience, however the reaction on social media has been much more mixed. Some were quick to point out the uncertain terms on which she and Prince Harry left the country when they stepped down as working royals in 2020. Royal commentator Angela Levin said in a tweet, "It's totally off-putting to hear her first line, 'It's very nice to be back in the UK.' What a phony." Twitter user Nitty, at Nitty28824901, said, "She contradicts herself at a drop of a hat. Please Meghan Markle, make up your mind, woman. Happy to leave racist Britain or happy to be back in Britain? Which one?" Others were even harsher in their criticism of the Duchess's speech. Royal commentator Kinsey Schofield slammed the content of her remarks on Twitter. She said, "Please hire better speechwriters. Everything she says sounds like it could be seen on a decorative plaque inside a TK Maxx." Others chimed in. Sin and Tonic, at SinTonic3, said, "Pass the sick bag, will she be donating her air miles I wonder?" Gareth, at Gareth237014555, added, "I had to turn it off after 30 seconds, very nauseating." However, some on social media were impressed by Meghan's words. Fans took to Twitter to defend the Duchess. She said, "Please hire better speechwriters. Everything she says sounds like it could be seen on a decorative plaque inside a TK Maxx." Others chimed in. Sin and Tonic, at SinTonic3, said, "Pass the sick bag, will she be donating her air miles I wonder?" Gareth, at Gareth237014555, added, "I had to turn it off after 30 seconds, very nauseating." Meghan Markle has come under fire for praising herself as she took center stage. Ingrid Seward, editor-in-chief of Majesty magazine, said the Duchess' speech was just me, and praising herself. Meghan Markle snubs royal family as she focuses on how her life changed significantly. The Duchess noted that, at the time, her life had changed rather significantly, before adding she was now married and a mom, but appeared to snub the royal family by failing to mention her significant role as a senior working royal. In her speech, the Duchess said, "I joined you in London in 2019. By that point, it's fair to say, my life had changed rather significantly." Following a slight pause, she added, "I was now married and I was now a mom." Smattering of boos. Meghan Markle fell victim to hecklers before charity speech. Speaking about the latest royal news on Tuesday's Lorraine, Russell Myers said Meghan was greeted by boos from the crowds. "They sort of arrived to a great fanfare, there was lots of applause for them in the auditorium," the royal expert began. "They were visiting the One World Youth Summit and its 190 countries involved, getting a lot of young leaders, you know, the people of tomorrow. And a smattering of boos, it must be said, for when they were entering the venue." However, the content of the speech, the audience, was really interested in what Meghan had to say. This was her big moment, the first time she was speaking in public since leaving the royal family, and unfortunately, it has felt a bit flat because it was very, very self-centered, for want of a better phrase. I mean, somebody actually counted the amount of times that she mentioned herself, and it was at an astonishing 54 times and struggling in its speed. It was 7 minutes, the speech? Lorraine chipped in as Russell nodded in agreement. "It was a 7-minute speech," Russell continued. "It did seem like it went on for quite a long time. But, you know, I do think that we have to take some positives from it." Speaking further about the speech, Lorraine praised, "You know what? She's really good at giving a speech. I mean, there were 2 speeches read yesterday, Meghan and Liz Truss, and I must say, Meghan knocked it out of the park. She knows how to communicate, of course, she's been trained and she's an actress and all of that, but she does have great communication skills." On the other hand, we should not forget Prince Harry's attendance, as he left sitting awkward and anxious as rock star Meghan stole show. A body language expert has compared the royal couple who appeared together at the event. Speaking to The Sun, Judy James said Meghan handled the event like a rock star while Harry appeared awkward and bashful. She said, "Meghan arrived down the steps between the audience like a rock star, hand in hand with a more bashful-looking Harry, and giving sweet baby waves to the fans on either side." Meanwhile, Ms. James claimed Harry was riddled with signals of anxiety and awkwardness. She continued, "He literally folded his jacket across his torso at one point, checked his tie several times, and hiked his pants or fiddled with his shirt or cuffs." Meghan name-checked him lovingly during her speech, and he responded awkwardly, looking down and then upward with what looked like a sigh. Ms. James said the speech, that was delivered yesterday, was somewhat of a love letter to her husband in the UK, as she claimed it was nice to be back. The body language expert added, "She chatted and whispered to Harry during the service and placed a loving and protective-looking hand on his back as he greeted the hosts on arrival."